air, water, earth, fire. For hundreds of years, the four nations have lived in harmony. The Avatar, master of all four elements, was always responsible for maintaining the peace. But Avatar Roku passed away 13 years ago. Now, the four nations look to the air nomads to reveal the next Avatar, but the world is met with silence. Rumors from the Earth Kingdom abound that the Fire Nation is planning an aggressive move into the Earth Kingdom. 5 young heroes were too late to save the Southern Air Temple, but they hold vital information that could save the Earth Kingdom and maybe even save the world. Previously on the Flying Bison podcast.
Sorry I left without saying anything.
And the closest place is the Foggy Swamp. You make your way into the Foggy Swamp. Che and Rozak fall into the water. Rozak, you feel something clamp around your leg. It's just thrashing and rolling around with Rozak, and Rozak is having trouble fighting it off. And you quickly see it and throw a bunch of vines from down below and just shove them down into the frog's mouth. But you could have sworn you saw what looked like a medium dog-sized centipede in the forest. And then it's not there anymore. And this figure turns around, and it has no face. Oh man, it's here! Halloween! Spooky season. What? By the way, when did people start calling it... I feel like it's just recently that people have started calling it spooky season.
I feel like it's a Gen Z thing.
It's like a Gen Z thing.
Whoa. Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, that was the first I ever heard it in my life, was you last episode.
Really?
Personally.
Ever?
Yeah,
Really?
but I'm super old. Like, I know I look like the same age as everyone else here, but I'm like 75, low key.
I'm in this space with all these old people.
I'm just happy to be here.
Spooky season, Nick, Danny.
No. Spooky season. Oh, sorry, I was just confused. No, I mean, it was semi-recent, but it wasn't like...
I looked it up on
I don't know
Reddit.
if
It
I'd
says
give it
that
this
Google references it back to 2011.
Oh, wow.
So, but it doesn't
That's
say
a
who
good-
started it, whether it was like what generation or what.
It was
We don't
me.
want to give anything to the Zers.
I started it 10 years ago.
Well,
You
this is the
did
million.
it personally?
I did it. I did it personally.
Look at you
I've
now.
always...
Just
That is
Yes.
always, like... It's just so interesting to think about how words become popular, right? Because, like, one person had to have started every colloquial saying.
Yep.
Yeah,
How did that saying become something that everybody knows?
mostly Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Just like,
So
I'm just
Shakespeare
gonna just
invented
make
spooky
up
season?
stuff and put it in a book. Yeah, probably. It was a
I
late
can't-
release.
Yeet.
I can't imagine Shakespeare responding to someone with bet.
I know
bet.
it's there. It's there.
Word.
It's definitely there.
Word.
Hey, Macbeth, you want to be the king? Bet.
Bet.
I could totally see Shakespeare putting yeet into a book and just like putting a note
insane.
that this is to be published posthumously in the year 2011 of our Lord.
Well, we've established...
2011.
I think that's the really cool thing about like modern technology is that we can like linguists are able to like track like where these words are coming from,
It's wild.
which is
It's
insane.
absolutely wild.
You can see it
The
happen in real
world,
time.
globalization just continually blows my mind.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Ooh. Are we recording already?
Yeah, man.
Oh, cool.
Did you see the
I want to
countdown?
share. Oh, yeah, that's right. I want to share a fun
What?
fact I learned today about logistics and global transport. You ready for this, listeners?
I don't think so. I know
Okay.
logistics and global transport
I
is in
know.
a hot
Yeah,
mess right now.
Kind of
Yeah,
Canal was
exactly.
not ready for that.
No, Suez Canal. Yeah, so
Sorry.
the number of containers, like massive containers for shipping across the ocean, that is like in LA specifically, but like the West Coast in general as well, is astronomical because the US imports absurd amounts of goods and exports very little. And so there's no financial justification for like paying a bunch of money to send these empty shipping containers back to other countries. So like tons of other countries are always waiting on shipping containers from the US, and we just have an enormous cluster of empty shipping containers. Isn't that ridiculous?
It's pretty
So
ridiculous.
I learned that today.
Well, now the whole world is just kind of out of shipping containers. In fact, this is Avatar Legends actual play. So if you backed the Avatar Legends Kickstarter, and if you've backed really any Kickstarter that's got like a physical component, you've probably got some update saying like, hey, shipping's kind of a mess right now. You're probably going to have to wait a little bit longer, which this is not me saying that. I don't think Magpie said that it's going to be later than when they intended, but I would
Not be surprised.
not be surprised if that happened, because every Kickstarter I've backed so far has been like, it's going to take a little bit longer than we intended it to.
I even just got an email. The laptop I typically record on is this Asus laptop, and I sent it in not too long ago to claim its warranty to get repaired. And I just got an email today saying, "Hey, wait, and you'll never know when to stop waiting." And I was like, "Oh, really?" And they were like, "Yeah."
Whoa.
I was like, "Why?" They were like, "It's because."
That's a hard
I was like,
conversation
"Thank
to
you."
have with a company.
Yeah,
It's also
No,
kind
I have.
of... You're just going to live in constant dread and fear for the rest of
know.
your life. Like, when will
Yeah.
this laptop...
I thought they were going to
I
be
hate
like,
conversations
"Look,
with my emails.
Danny, we got you covered. We're going to replace the Asus laptop. It'll just take 6 years. So the model's
Exactly.
not going to be
They were
that
like-
hot when it gets to you."
They were like, "You're gonna have to wait." I was like, "Till how long?" And they're just like, "Shrug."
They just sent you a shrug emoji.
No, I'm adding flavor to how I looked into it, because I actually looked into it and I could not find like how long this. Yeah, I'm never gonna get my laptop, so
Dang.
we'll just end it there.
Rough news for Danny. Yeah.
Bringing it first circle with this shrug response, I really can't wait till Gen Z are the CEOs of companies.
Oh,
Because I think we'll get stuff like that. Like, support will just send... I don't know.
Did we just lose all our Gen Z listeners?
No, I think we gained respect. They're like, we will
I
do
think-
that. Just
I think-
wait.
Like,
I mean, I would do that if I had that
I want
power.
you to have
They
your
weren't-
own companies.
they weren't gonna do that. If I had that power, I wouldn't take any questions seriously.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Copland, Director of Logistics. We have like 4,000 complaints about delayed deliveries. What do you want to send them? And you're just like,
I send him the Shaq gif of him like shaking his shoulders, like just that,
No.
and then I just don't say anything.
I love it.
Ridiculous.
Nick does love his gifts.
Oh, it's
I do. I really.
it's true to
It's my main
millennial
method of
culture.
communication.
Gotta have a GIF. Not GIF. Let's be clear.
I am
Right?
a person who says GIF
Oh, yeah.
personally. Yeah, I say GIF.
I say GIF.
A GIF.
That
Yeah.
feels kind of elitist.
He's never said
I
that
want-
before. Yeah, he's never.
Sorry,
He's
I'm
a
lying to
Monroe, you've
everyone.
been suspiciously quiet. GIF or GIF? Monroe.
I had the same question I was asking people, and everyone has a different answer. So I decided to go with GIF.
That is the correct answer. It is a
Okay.
graphic interchange format. Graphic, not giraffic.
Graphic.
What about a giraffic?
A giraffe. It is not a
Oh.
giraffic. That would
That's
be
a
a
good
GIF of a
one.
giraffe.
So only that can be called a GIF. A giraffic. Yeah.
Also, there's just a small chance of confusion because something else is called GIF.
Ah, yes.
And then you've got Jiffy peanut butter, and it's just
Yeah.
the world is in chaos.
yeah, we
It was
can't
Jiffy
have that.
Pop. And
We need to be the culture police and protect the people.
Isn't it just it's just Jif
Yeah.
peanut butter, right?
Protect the
I
hard
just
G.
need to say that threw me so hard, Monroe, that you just like waited. There was like a pregnant pause, and you're just like,
Word.
Bet.
I hope Liko does that. I'm just saying, like in character, just
She probably did that after the crocodile thing. Like,
just dawning
Talk about the
realization.
maybe the Shaq thing.
Oh my god.
Yo, after you pulled that
Why is
vine,
Liko
It would be
dancing?
terrifying if she did that.
just straight up vine choke to Frogadiile, and then just Shaq wiggled your way out. You're just like, I'm just
Like,
delighted right
Nico
now.
just minorly tortured this frogadiile, and now she's dancing.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, it's
Well, she didn't really do that. It was a joke, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if
It is,
anything,
but it is
cemented.
interesting to think about. Like, it was a dark moment,
Yeah.
and it'll be interesting to see like how you interact with everyone else. Like, I think everyone else was a little like, "Whoa, where did that come from?"
Well, I
I
mean,
mean-
she has like a motto, like you don't start none, there won't be none. She wasn't going to go after the Froggadolf. It didn't start anything.
It's
but
true. It's true.
I do like how it kind of happened because this is the first time we actually see Liko do something.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
I like that it's like so, I wouldn't say obnoxious, but definitely startling.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and it's also like in her territory, in her area, you know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool.
Yes.
I
yeah.
agree. I like that she has been pretty quiet and reserved for most of this, and like for this first thing to be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Like she's not a bad person to have
That's
on your
a great
team.
person.
No.
You know?
Scary.
She's-
I think you've definitely had a
Yeah.
leadership component emerge, even in like all
Mhm.
the previous scenes. But I think that was a scene that you just kind of owned. So
yeah, that was great.
that was cool.
And then thinking about like how the rest of the team would react to that, because it was also terrifying.
Oh, for Ren, it's just mad respect.
Yeah, Che is also respectful, but he's a little scared. He's a little frightened.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess that's okay. Being the
Well-
only girl, I guess that couldn't hurt a little bit
That's
with a
true.
bunch of dudes around her. So
Yeah.
Little,
yeah, she could take care of herself.
yeah, little respectful, little reverence, little fear, Just sprinkle
Just
it
a
in there.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little. Yeah, little sparkle there.
I don't think we mentioned this explicitly last episode. We mentioned it sort of in the story, but we are still without Johnny. Johnny is on vacation, so we are recording these last 2 episodes without him. But don't worry, listeners, we will make sure he is back for the next one.
Yes, I miss Osa.
I do. I miss Osa.
We're a little lost without him.
Well, he probably is in a better position than the 4 of you because you've just gotten to the village of Udai where Liko's from, where Kanu's probably at, except it's completely empty. You walk a little bit further into the village and see one person with their back turned to you. They turn around and they have no face.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, how could you forget about that?
I've seen a lot of horror movies in the past few weeks, so there's a lot of faceless people.
It is spooky.
There's a lot of faceless people.
It all blurs
It's probably
together.
where the vine thing came from with the throat. It's like, to be honest,
Yeah, they came from a dark place.
probably.
What do you guys do? You guys just this person.
It's like
You don't even
nighttime,
know-
right? Like full mist.
It's like nighttime. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's scary.
I think
No one to
Rozak is
welcome us.
instantly gonna try to like put his arms up and try to get the whole group to back away. He's like, back away, back away.
I mean, I would
Back
I would
away.
heed that. I would say Ren just starts inching away and like looking around for ideally a place to take cover. You think there's anything we
Yeah.
can dip away to? Unless Liko intervenes. Because like I'll defer to Liko. This is her territory.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Just kidding. But no, Justin, just like, can you describe like this faceless person? Is it like just like it has like skin but just nothing?
Yeah, exactly. So they're wearing like
Okay, so it's not
they're
like
wearing
just
like
a dark.
traditional like foggy swamp like vines and leaves. And sort of like I think they usually wear like a grass skirt esque
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And this looks like possibly a man, and it's got these like dirty, shaggy hair, but yeah,
Mhm.
just a smooth skin where his face would be.
Okay,
Liko, are they supposed to look like that?
I've actually never seen anything like that before.
You don't look like
What
that.
is that?
Rozak, no, of course not.
Are they supposed to look like that?
Does this being have ears? Does the person have ears?
It does.
Oh.
It does have ears.
Somehow that's worse.
So it just can't. But it can see somehow. Obviously,
It turned towards us, but maybe because it
yeah.
heard something.
It's not like running around like with its arms in front
Squat
of it.
if you can hear us.
Wait, what did you say?
I said squat if you can hear us.
Squat.
It squats.
It
What's
squats
it-
down?
But we can't.
That's
see
worse.
It.
Somehow this is worse.
Now spin.
no. Rozak.
It spins while it's squatting.
Do a curtsy.
What is your plan?
And it shakes its head and stands up.
Wait.
And
Did
starts
it leave?
walking towards you.
I thought it left.
It's walking towards us. It's walking towards us.
Okay.
Back away.
It's walking. Oh man.
All right.
Where's our,
Ren, go shake his hand.
Where's our guide? Where's it?
Iron's with you.
Where's Iron?
He's
Yeah.
like, I've never seen anything like this. This is freaky as... Oh.
Oh.
So no one has any idea what this is. It's moving towards us. Can we just like move away? Maybe somebody throw a rock in another direction or something.
As you guys are debating what to do, this thing is moving towards you. You're like, should we run? Should we stay here? You see more of these doors open.
Oh no!
And,
no!
Oh, it's getting worse.
and more
Oh, no.
more people walk out, completely faceless. There's probably now about 3 or 4. And Liko, you see what looks like Kanu, but she does not have a face.
How would she know it's Kanu?
Based from the build and the fact that you're in Udai, you're assuming it's Kanu. That's why I said it
okay.
looks like it might be Kanu, but the fact that it doesn't have a face is freaking you out.
Okay, I know this is probably like a bad thing to ask right now, but how do they eat?
Okay.
You're
Is
right,
this like
Jay. This happened
real
recently.
I'm telling you, this is not what they look like. Something happened. Okay, I hope. Can you tell us where exactly the figure is coming? Like, is it right here or here?
It's probably it's not too far. It's maybe like 10, 15 feet in front of
Please.
you.
So Rozak is first.
Yep.
Right.
These other figures, including the one that looks like it might be Kanu, are moving towards you guys slowly.
Let's move. Liko will move to in front of Rozak because
idea.
she recognizes Kanu a little bit. Yeah.
Do you say anything or just walk in front?
Yeah, she's just observing right now.
All the figures continue to just walk towards you guys.
Does it seem like
Does
they can navigate pretty well? Like they're not fumbling around like
Yeah, so
Monroe mentioned.
It looks like they're doing well enough. They either know this village really well, or their hearing is amazing, or
Something. Yeah.
I mean,
So
one
we're not having any
spotted and
trouble.
did a twirl, so
there's nothing behind us, right? So there's no one.
no.
I would think that Liko would kind of push everybody a little to move backwards.
Okay. Yeah. I was
Just
yeah.
yeah.
I was
Okay, all right. No
Yeah.
problem.
like let's get back.
I was just waiting for permission.
Well,
And you move all the way back, and the one that you think looks like Kanu moves forward. Liko, there's something that Kanu has on her, Liko, that you would know her by.
okay.
What is it?
It'd have to be a necklace or something.
Well, yeah. So what is maybe a necklace of the Foggy Swamp like symbol, the same one
Yeah.
on your back?
Yeah.
You see this skin, faceless, woman-looking thing move forward, and as it pushes past the one that you originally saw, you see the necklace that your foster mother Kanu wears.
Alright, so Liko stops and she just stares at this faceless woman, looks at the necklace, and she says, Kanu?
And the figure stumbles forward, shakes its head, and like raises its hands up.
Liko just stands there and looks at her. She doesn't know what that means. But she's conflicted.
The figure keeps moving forward, and it's like pointing at itself and pointing where it thinks it heard you.
Gosh, this is kind of scary. I don't know what to do. Liko just stands there and She yells out Kanu.
It's
One more time.
shaking its head.
Like, Kanu, it's me, it's Liko.
And Kanu falls to her knees and just sort of like reaches a hand out for you to like grab onto.
Liko reaches out and takes her hand.
Takes the hand and Kanu stands back up and embraces you in a hug.
Is it eating her?
I think it's eating her.
No, it's not.
It's not eating her.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it doesn't have a mouth.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Rozak is gonna start inching closer, kind of like Mickey Mouse sneaky style.
But not sneaky.
Yeah,
at all.
he's like the wood creaks almost louder than like it
When
was
you
when we were
walked.
just walking. Like
Here
initially,
to just walk normally.
the wood just goes like every time he steps on it.
Brennan changes silently walk past him as he keeps going.
I think I whisper out
slow.
to Liko, and I'm just like, "Do you think they need help? Maybe if we tell them we're here to help."
Liko hugs her back and, rubs her back and says, like, we're here to help, and what's wrong? What happened?
She points further past Udai up to the north, and you see a cabin by itself on sort of like the top of like a mud hill, and she just points at it frantically.
Spirit cabin.
Yeah.
Oh
I've seen too
I think
many
it
of
wants
those
to go
movies.
there.
Seems like a great place for a vacation.
Maybe we can nap there.
That's a great idea.
Maybe they have food.
Hey, can we have a token NPC who will die first if we go and take a nap in there?
We have a mayor with us. Yeah, don't say that.
We all look at
Hey,
Iron.
Aaron, you want to check out that building?
No, not particularly.
Oh, so
no.
you want to hang out with all the faceless people? Thanks, buddy.
I think I would
No,
look
I don't
to
want to do
Iron
either.
as like the much older adult in the situation who is partly here to help us, and just be like, "Have you seen anything like this?"
No, I've never seen anything like this. I've heard of. I don't know. I've heard of spirits that can do things like this, play with faces, but never like this. This is something I've never seen before.
The worst thing you've ever seen in your life.
So
It's pretty disturbing. I'm going to have nightmares about this for sure.
Guys, they can still hear you.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. I thought we.
I
So-
gently kick Iron's shins, and I'm like, "Stop being weird."
Sorry.
Rozak is going to approach Liko's foster mom and say, "So a spirit did this?"
She shakes her head.
Hey, we didn't talk
That's
a whole
right.
lot about spirits in school. Well, I didn't really go to school, but what? How do we deal with that? Can you punch a spirit? Can you?
Can you burn a spirit?
She's moving her head. I don't know. It's like a.
Meta. Wait, is that a meta question or a character question?
Well, I mean, it would be.
Oh, character. Nick
Yeah.
knows.
Yeah, it would be in character. It would be up to you guys to tell me how much experience you have with the spirit world. It sounds like Che does not have a ton of
I'm
experience
gonna
with the spirit
say a hard none. I'm pretty
Liko
sure.
knows a little bit.
I mean,
I'm
well,
sure- yeah.
you know what sucks is Osa would probably have the most experience in the
Yeah.
spirit world.
world.
Oh,
Great.
yeah.
I think
He's
Rozak
not
has
here.
some school, but he's kind of like a high school dropout. So, so
He maybe knows like a little bit of something about the spirit
little
world,
bit.
but
Rogue just says, "I know a little bit, and I'm pretty sure I can burn him. Let's go to that cabin."
I like the energy, but also this thing steals faces. So maybe
Well-
a little bit more like on the side.
Maybe we wear masks.
I actually don't know if that's a dumb idea or not. I honestly.
No, I was
That's
kind
very
of thinking
true,
in
yeah.
that direction too. Like,
Oh,
But where are we going to get these masks?
I'm gonna mark
Rozak's
that down. That's
gonna
another good idea.
Rozak's gonna approach the first faceless person he sees and say, "Do you have any potato sacks that are somewhat see-through? If you put your face right up against them."
potato sacks.
Yeah, they don't have potatoes
What?
here, bro.
Any cabbage, any sacks.
Swamp food sacks. Swamp turnip sacks.
Anything really.
And they
lead
point
the
towards
way.
there's like a storehouse
Heck yeah.
that they point towards.
Rozak runs up to the storehouse and Dolphin dives into the door.
Why? Okay.
Ren,
And he goes, "Ow!"
Mark foolish. No.
I'm gonna have Liko turn to Ren and tell him that like we still need to get a healer for Rozak and and stuff like that. And
yeah.
Yeah, but
what are we gonna do?
Oh, yeah.
they need to probably
Can you
be able to
waterbend while
see.
you can't see?
You think?
Well,
Unless
I can't. What, Ren? Did you say? Sorry, I can't hear you.
You're right. Maybe they can still help. Can you ask Kanu?
Liko turns to Kanu and says, "Our friend is hurt, and we need a healer. Do you know where we can find one?"
Why don't you plead
Okay.
with Kanu? Nice.
Ooh,
So yeah,
10.
when you plead with an NPC who cares what you think about for help or support, you rolled a 10. So you were probably the only one that picks this up, Liko, because you know Kanu well enough, even without a face. The rest of you, it's hard to obviously pick up emotion when someone is faceless.
Yeah.
Surprise, right? What a weird concept. But Liko, it almost looks like Kanu is defeated's not the right word, but almost like she's disappointed that she has to show you this. And she points towards herself, and she sort of reaches a hand out, and out of a water skin on her side, some water flows up into her hand, starts swirling around and glowing with healing energy.
oh, she's a healer. Probably needs to see to get her out of the swamp, though. I mean, Rozak barely made it in. He can see fine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and Rozak's leg is still very messed up.
Oh, maybe we should get that fixed.
Well, that's the goal.
You guys hear
Forgot about
groaning coming from the storehouse.
Liko, is everything okay?
Yeah.
I spread one of my fans just in case this is an attack, because I've never seen glowing water before.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get Rozak.
Yeah.
And I walk over to the destroyed door.
I'm gonna get Liko's just really surprised. I don't think she knew that she was a healer.
Yeah, it's definitely a surprise to Liko.
You had this the whole time?
Rozak. So Che goes over. What's going on with Rozak?
So Rozak is just laying down on his back. He's laying down, just face down. And just every time he breathes, he goes...
Alright, buddy. Let's come on. Right. Grab him over, throw his arm over my shoulder, kind of hoist him up, and carry him over to the faceless lady.
Ren, are you hurt too?
Am I, Justin? Because
On your
there
back?
was definitely some acid, but it was burning the edges of my shoes. But you described it as painful at the time, so I'm just curious. Any lasting damage?
No. If I didn't tell you to mark conditions and fatigue is how you track, sort of.
Yeah. Okay. I'm good.
How long does fatigue last again?
Alright.
Till we rest.
Fatigue lasts until you rest, or if you comfort or support
Okay.
each other.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
Alright.
sit Rozak down next to this lady and be like, "Can you heal my brother's leg? It was gnawed on by one of those frogadiles."
Is that water supposed to do that?
I don't know, man.
Liko helps Kanu navigate where Rozak's leg is.
Yeah, you help guide her arm to Rozak's leg,
Is it
and
safe?
she's now moving her hands over Rozak's leg, and you see the water start to go into the wounds, and Rozak's leg, where the wounds are, it starts to glow that same healing energy that was coming from the water, and then she pulls the water out, and Rozak's leg is fine. You don't see any frogodile bites on it at all.
Wow.
We definitely need to bring her back.
And so let's see, how is that going to work mechanically? How much fatigue do you have?
I'm fatigued 1, and I'm also insecure, so that's my only negative.
Yeah, let's
Things I
mark
have right now.
you mark that unmark that fatigue. Let's do
Nice.
that.
Thank you.
Kanu.
What's her name? Kanu. Thank you, Kanu.
Yes, thank you. That's really cool.
Kanu,
Never seen
I'm
anything
guessing
like this.
that this face curse is beyond healing powers. Is there anything we can do to appease this spirit? And Ren is just trying to rake through any memories just growing up in a privileged household full of scrolls and tomes. Like, is there anything I know about spirits?
Oh man. Well, to some extent, I mean, you can tell me what you think you would know.
I think that was the best I got. I was just like,
Yeah.
is there something we can do, you know?
Well, Liko knows a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Liko knows a little bit, so let's do this. Liko, why don't you rely on your skills and training? Okay, on an 8.
Nice.
You do it imperfectly. So I tell you how your approach might lead to unexpected consequences. You get accept those consequences, or you mark 1 fatigue. So here is what Liko remembers. She remembers 2 spirits that have face-centric abilities. There is Ko, the face stealer, and he is a giant, usually depicts himself, takes the form of a giant centipede. But instead of the face, it's got the face of the people whose faces he's stolen. And his quote-unquote mother is the mother of faces. And she takes the form of this giant vine that splits at the top into 4 faces.
You sure
Okay.
there's a third option?
Like a nice,
Yeah.
happy
The butterfly.
beaver. Yeah.
Yeah, beaver.
Beaver, a butter beaver.
Guys, remember when I told you that I saw the centipede?
I was really hoping we could all just forget that.
But didn't you say it was only the size of like not a huge one, right?
No,
I don't
I'm
know
pretty
what-
sure the huge was thrown around
Eh.
as a descriptor. So how does Ko steal faces? How do we kill Ko?
Well, Liko knows that Ko is... I forget the designations, but I mean, for all intents and purposes, he's an elder spirit. You're not going to be able to kill Ko. If this is in fact Ko, you're not going to be able to kill him. And you know, Liko too, you remember that the way he steals faces is if you show any emotion on your face when you speak to him, face stolen.
So, not Rozek.
Yeah,
Is there...
Or Rozak with a cabbage sack on his head.
I'm guessing this is why we have Liko here, because she's pretty RBF the whole way. Right? That's like her go-to.
It's her jam.
Does Liko know if there's a way to get the faces back? Like a way to reverse the curse?
As best you remember from your studies, once Ko steals a face, there's no way to get it back.
Okay, that helps a lot.
Now, your complication, not your complication, but your approach is this. You find some sacks. They're like, they were used for, like pulling like muddy, like swampy plants out. So they're like kind of wet and definitely like a little dirt inside of them still.
Smelly.
Definitely smelly. If you want to use those masks, those sacks, you can. You're not totally sure that they're going to work.
Wait. I think Liko should talk to the group and, tell them that there's no way for them to get their faces back. Is it even worth approaching them? Like,
do we know for sure that... I mean, does a giant centipede usually live on a house now? I guess he's a weird spirit now.
it isn't like, yeah.
I will say too, so Ko's giant. What Liko saw was maybe about dog size.
Yeah, that's what I
Like
was.
Labrador
that's what I was
Retriever
saying.
size.
So, I don't know. It might not be Ko. And if it's
And
not...
so it still might be worth talking to it.
I mean, these people are gonna... I mean, they won't be able to eat.
We should
Eventually,
help
it's
them.
not-
But what
Or
can
at
we
least
do?
try.
That's what I'm asking, like, Justin. Like, what can we do to help them if they can never get their faces back?
We don't know for sure that they can't.
So, I think our best bet right now is to go to that cabin. Maybe Lil Ko's in there, not Big Ko, but Lil Ko. Maybe we can.
See what the spirit says.
Maybe we can try to convince it to give the faces back. I don't know. We might have to. We have money, right? We can pay it. Spirits take money.
Should it be all of us, or should it just be...
Maybe just.
Respectfully. And like you can see that Ren is a
Should
little
we-
nervous and kind of like shifting his feet, pointing them at each other. Maybe the
I'm going.
launchers should stay behind.
I kind of want to test the potato sack theory.
Rosic, sit down.
I will wear a
I mean, I
stinky
think Che's
sack.
pretty good.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, but if I go, Rosic will come. So
Yeah, that's true.
to protect you.
And keep Iron there, too.
Yes.
Don't forget Iron. And keep Rue back. I want Rue to have a face
yeah,
I want Rue to have.
Rue,
when I come
you're
back.
chilling with us, and we're gonna protect you. Or well, you're gonna protect us. Let's be real.
Honestly,
Okay, so wait, who's staying back? Iron, Rue, and Che?
Yeah, just... It's,
And Rosic.
Yeah.
And Rozak. Okay.
And
Rosic.
So
Rosic.
just Liko
Jay is
and
making
Ren.
sure.
I will
Okey-dokey.
put a stinky sack over my face.
All right, so
And-
here's the trade-off. You wear the sack, and you take a -2 to all physical actions, like you're impaired.
Okay.
Okay.
But it does help mask your emotions should you show any on your face.
Okay.
Just so we're clear, it's just for faces, right? Like, if we were to show any emotion in our voice.
It is faces. I'll say
Okay.
faces.
All right.
Yep.
So we don't have to keep that under check. Okay, so I think Liko's going to hug Kanu and then give a little hug to Rue as well.
Aww.
And then she'll also hug Che and Rosic and Iron.
Aw.
Jay is surprised.
Aw.
Well, we don't know if I'll ever see you again.
Oh, you see.
Well,
Okay, Rosic.
if she,
Just-
yeah, okay.
They leave, and Jay's just like, nice, bro. Just pats him on the shoulder.
I go over to Che and I take the white strip of cloth off of my wrist and I just put it in his hand and I just say, "If I don't come back, just keep this."
All right, but you're coming back.
You're coming back. You just might not come back with.
Rosic,
Okay.
good luck.
Thanks.
Good luck. Good luck.
Thanks.
You guys, Ren and Liko start making their way up to this lone cabin. It's got like a singular flickering light on as you're walking towards it.
Liko, did you
And as-
also grab a bag? Or
Yeah.
you? Okay. Yep.
Perfect.
I didn't put it on yet, though.
Okay.
As you're getting closer and closer, you start hearing like dissonant whispers. Your faces, give us your faces. Your faces.
Yes. Liko puts it on mask now.
Yeah, it's a good sign to probably mask up. I would like to whisper back to the whispers and just say, "In exchange for what?"
Silence. You hear scuttling inside of the cabin.
I think Liko's gonna do something a little normally out of character, but because of the circumstances, she's gonna take Ren's hand.
Okay. I mean, it helps as far as like walking around with a bag on our heads.
Yeah.
That too.
Like,
But
can
I think
steady each other.
You hear, you grab Ren's hand, Liko, and you walk closer to the cabin?
Yes.
Still going.
You walk closer to the cabin, and you hear, we want our faces, your faces, your faces,
Ask them for a trade.
In exchange for what?
Your faces, give us your faces. We want your face. Your faces, give us your faces.
Can I hear all those whispers as well?
Your
Or are
faces,
they
give us your
okay?
faces.
Just trying to check if this is like targeted, like if we're getting whisper texts. Okay.
Really say something right?
I'm trying to think of what we want.
I'm too scared. Okay,
We want the faces of this village back. The faces we can give you are especially precious.
The face of one doesn't woman. Your faces, give us your faces. Face, we want our face.
You can feel Ren's hand tremble a bit in yours, Liko.
it might not just be yours. It's trembling.
You can't even tell whose hand is trembling more. It's like, I hope they think it's just their hand trembling. Is there a door that's in front of us? I think we just... I don't answer, but I think I just like to fumble and reach out to open the door. Trying to step in.
Flickering light. You step
Can
in. There's this
faintly see it through the
flickering
bag.
You see very faintly through the bag what looks like 4 Labrador-sized centipedes. It's hard to tell, but Liko, one of them looks like it definitely has on his face.
Like wearing it? Obviously, I just see 4 faces on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's there?
Just New England nightmares, man. It's good though. It's really good. One of those faces is Kona. I'm so scared I can't get her name right.
Kona?
What do we do?
I mean, I'm just grasping at straws, like mentally, so I think, what's the most precious item I have on me? Probably the metal fan. The war fan that was gifted to me and stolen from somebody. I spread that out before them, and I lay it on the floor, and I ask, is this worth anything to you?
Blinding speed. One of them, the one with Kanu's face, scurries up to the dwarf and then puts his face right in front of your sack. You can see the shape on the other side of your potato sack.
Is this valuable to a spirit, such as yourself?
Why don't you... does this NPC care about what you think? Not really. That's my one... I think that's one of my, complaints of... So I guess then it would fall under intimidating.
Like I can't persuade.
It's, intimidating doesn't have to be violent. Right? Like, you're I think that's for now. That's gonna be how I'm gonna kind of roll it. Is if it's an NPC who just doesn't care about what you think, it's an intimidating. It's not a necessarily aggressive intimidation, but you are trying to get them to back down, right, or to give in.
I think you can seem intimidating without the
Exactly. Yeah, that's how I'm thinking about it. Is Ren is basically standing up and saying like, take this and we'll make a trade.
Sick.
Your faces, give us your faces. Give us your faces, your faces, your faces, give us your faces. This is, I love it. I love this system because it's like the story is always going to be so interesting. Your faces, give us your faces.
I'm right there with you.
Justin, while you're thinking about that, can we cut to Chase?
Your faces, give us your faces.
Yeah, cut scene.
So he's gonna turn to Rozak.
Yeah, give us a break.
Yeah, sorry. We're cut.
Sweating over here.
Chase is like, Chase talking to Rozak and kind of huddle with
Iron?
Otter. No.
Rue.
Rue,
Oh.
thank you. Iron, not useful. So we're in a huddle with Rue and Rozak, and he's like, all right, if we hear anything creepy or really loud or like screams, we're gonna jump on, we're gonna be on Rue, right? And then we're just gonna fly in there. We're just gonna charge
Rain of
in.
fire.
Yes. I don't think they can steal Rue's face. Maybe we don't bring Rue.
Wait, if they can't steal...
Yeah.
Maybe Rue just airdrops us in.
But if
you
they
know?
can't steal
Yeah.
Rue's face... Oh, you guys can't hear me.
Because centipedes can't fly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, yeah. So we'll ride
Um,
Rue in, and then we'll just drop in.
Rozak looks up. Is the swamp too thick to be flying Rue around in?
Here in the village, it's a little bit clearer.
Cool. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Yeah. I think you mentioned that last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So you guys have your plan.
So, yeah. So we're like airdropping in guns. I'll bring a boulder up with us, and then we're just going in.
guns. Rozak will bring in M16 and an Uzi, submachine gun.
Made of fire. Whenever you're ready. I'm ready.
Your faces,
You want to
give
cut
us
back?
your faces.
Okay. Can I RP the intimidate a little bit too, just to tell you what I say?
Please, I would love for you to do that.
This warframe is like the reflection of many thousands of faces. Is this of value to you, or perhaps anything else?
Your faces, give us your faces. The face that this tiny centipede has, it blinks, eyes blink, and it shifts to Kyoshi Warrior. And it looks at the fair, it looks at you, and it goes, your face, you have the same faces, your faces give us your faces. We took the face of one of these as well. We have her face, their face is ours. Your faces push us to doing something. You do not know your place. Your faces give us your faces. And they are impressed by your actions. Your faces give us. And this is fun
I can tell that, or you just yeah.
because they are building you up and trying to shift your principle towards action. Now, we're going to get into some fun mechanics here. Because Ren is at +3 action.
Yeah. And the action is it's really fun.
So, you are going to need to do what is called resist shifting your balance, unless you want them to shift your balance past action.
See, if I go further into action, I'm taken out of the scene.
You will lose your balance. So you can click on lose your balance and see what those options are. So basically your options are to just lose your balance or to try and resist shifting your principles. Now if you fail, you're going to lose your balance anyway.
If I lose my balance, what I don't even know what happens.
Your balance shifts to the end of the track, and if it would shift past the end of the track, you lose your balance. You obsess over a principle to the degree that's not healthy for you or anyone around you. Choose one of the following. Give in or submit to your opposition, lose control of yourself in a destructive and harmful way, or take an extreme action in line with your principle and then flee.
So they're trying. I know that I'm trying to be pushed towards action now.
They're trying to. It's almost like they're goading you into doing something.
Yeah. And so, what are my options again?
So if you want to just lose your balance, we can do that.
Yeah, those are the three things that might happen. I choose one.
Or you can try and resist them shifting. Yeah, your balance. Yeah. When you resist an NPC shifting your balance, roll. On a hit, you successfully maintain your current balance in spite of their words or deeds. On a 10 plus, you choose 2 options. On a 7 to 9, you choose 1. And yeah, you want to roll high.
I want to resist.
Yeah, okay.
I want to resist.
Then click on resist shifting your balance, and let's see. Let's see if Ren falls for the bait or not.
Okay.
Oh, great. Okay.
The only roll above 6 that I've gotten today.
That's a partial success.
It was the time of your
So you get to choose one of those options there.
Yeah, so let's see. I can clear condition or mark growth by immediately acting to prove them wrong. I'm trying to think about what that would mean. Prove them wrong.
What's the opposite of?
They're goading you into... Or shift your balance towards the opposite principle, or learn what their principle is if they have one, and if you already know, take +1 forward against them.
I'm gonna learn what their principle is. What are they operating on? Like, is this just an insatiable hunger for faces? Is this like what is driving this?
Yeah, I like that word a lot.
I'm gonna. Can I speak? Can I add to this? So I'm gonna ask them, what is it that drives you? You seem to take and take and take, but how much more precious is a gift freely given? I gesture to the fan, and I take the bag off of my face, and just stare it in the eye.
And now you see this Kyoshi warrior staring you in the face as well. Maybe someone you know, maybe you don't.
Put your mask back on.
I'm still like just frozen, waiting and watching because I'm trying to see the reaction.
And there's like a quick succession of blinks as 1, 2, 3, 4 faces flash before your eyes, and it blinks again and lands back on the Kyoshi warrior.
Interesting. Your faces are many. But what do you say?
We have taken many faces. Show us the faces that caught the reflection of your fans.
Trying to think about this. Do I know what the principle is now? Is it hunger? Okay. I don't know how smart this thing is. It's clearly very single-minded in its pursuit, but it hasn't been especially eloquent. I'm just going to pick up the fan slowly, and I'm just going to hold it in front of my face, and I'm going to say, show me as many faces as you have ever stolen, and those you will see.
I like that a lot. What is your intent?
My intent is to deceive. I hope that it flashes through a ton of faces and thinks that the fan has some potentially new faces or is otherwise just a very attractive item. Even if it's just a vanity thing, like a vanity mirror for it to see all of its own faces. Either way, I want the fan to be an extremely appealing item.
Why don't you roll trick?
Creativity.
Okay.
7.
7 is a partial success, so you pick one. They stumble, they act foolishly, or they overcommit.
They overcommit.
Liko, it's hard to see this, but Ren, you can kind of peek out from behind the fan for a second. As all the other 3 now scurry up in front of the war fan, and they're just each blinking in rapid succession. Thousands of faces flash before your eyes.
Your faces, give us your faces.
It keeps going, it keeps flashing and flashing. Like they're blinking, and these faces just, and eventually it's going so fast that you almost see like a smirk, a smile that stays on the face as it flashes and blinks between each of these faces, and it catches the reflection in your Vorfang, and there's this like the screams, the whispers in your head start getting louder and louder and louder, and then they shut off as now the face is empty on all 4 of these centipedes, and they fall down to the ground.
MVP, man. MVP. I'm just saying.
That was the
That's what I'm
coolest thing
saying.
I've ever seen.
You weren't there, Jay.
I know.
But it's like I was there.
That's the coolest thing Nick's ever seen.
So they fall into
Liko-
the ground.
No faces now, just blank.
So Liko cautiously kind of like tries to nudge them with their foot to see if they're dead or there's any movement.
Sounds natural. Yeah.
It doesn't move. It moves with your foot.
Does it move
I'm
almost
not
like it's a
sure
dead
like
centipede?
what this means. So I think Ren is
No.
just going to say, "Does this mean we have a deal? Do you accept the gift?"
It is eerily silent. You no longer hear the whispers.
I'm going to leave the fan there and put the bag back over my head and just say, "Liko, I think we should check on the village."
I agree. Let's go. So yeah, we just take off and start running back.
Yeah, I'd like
So
to head out.
stay there any second longer. Meanwhile, Ren's probably like moving his face, like yeah.
Making sure it's there still.
Yeah, we're all just like
Hey, look, they're coming back.
Pulling my own cheeks.
Oh gosh, their heads turn into potato sacks.
This
No.
is why you didn't come.
yeah. How well can
It's
we
the
see?
potato
Because we're kind of
sack
running
spirit.
back.
You're like stumbling down the. Yeah, Che and Rozak, you're obviously just, you look and you see them running down, and you want to tell everyone else in the village. And you look, and they all have their faces back.
Oh, they totally did it. They did it. They totally did it.
Did it.
We don't know.
Rozak just starts running up to Che and Ren as well.
No, Liko and Ren.
I mean,
Che comes with.
Yeah.
Liko and Ren. Yeah.
You run up and,
Liko and Ren.
meet them.
You guys totally did it. They have their faces.
Ren
Yeah.
collapses.
And Liko is just kind of like, is
Are you okay? Do you guys have your faces? They aren't answering. They don't have their faces.
They don't have their
It was like-
faces.
It was like they lost their faces.
Oh no.
You guys are
gotta
still
go
wearing
back.
socks.
Liko's scared. What if she did? So
Did you lose your face?
Rozak starts running back towards the cabin.
Che takes off one of their masks, and their face is there.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Oh, no,
Yeah.
they're in
Yeah,
shock."
What? Is it there? Do I still have my face?
It's your
Yes, there.
face.
Oh. Oh, thank God.
So we're all like Poe now, the cabbage sales, and we're like shoving our hands in our mouths to make sure we have them.
Wow.
Maybe that's why
Rozak's
you
gonna
did it.
yell for Rue and say, Rue, look! Liko has her face!
I think, Justin, I think in this moment, just laying down like face first on the planks of the swamp walk, I'll call it the swamp walk. Ren just has this really like intense internal thought of like, my life hasn't been wasted pretending, because today it paid off that I've been faking things my whole life.
If you ever get around to telling Che, he's like, "That is the coolest thing I have ever heard of in my life."
Nico, Ren, are you still on the ground?
Yeah, I'm just totally out. Like,
Oh, you're just knocked
It's
out.
the-
Okay.
well, not passed out, but like exhausted and like taking a moment for sure.
Wait, question for the GM: is the house still up there?
You look, the house is gone.
Oh, that's somehow worse.
Somehow worse.
they like set up their own house. They had like an Airbnb in the material realm.
But is the fan still there?
Oh,
Scare me.
I'm not touching that. That's theirs.
No, I like that you left it. I'm coming after
Yeah,
you.
might be
I
cursed.
mean, even if they somehow like hurt themselves, like blinking too hard, I don't care. Like I'm leaving the fan.
Right. Well, Rozik's gonna ask, did the sacks work?
They helped.
we don't know.
I mumble.
I mean, they still have their faces.
He's gonna
We'll just say it was a half a good
Yeah.
day.
he's gonna turn to. Did anyone even doubt him? I don't think anyone doubted him.
Thought you doubted like everybody
I-
when we were going up there, didn't you? Or
No, I was like, put a sack on.
oh,
Well, we were all like, we don't know if this is a bad idea.
so yeah, there was
or
like
not.
some
So
doubt, like healthy doubt.
Rozik went into this. Rozik went into this wanting to tell someone I told you so, but he realized there's no one
Right.
to tell I told you so to. So he was like,
Well, I'm glad you guys have your faces. And now...
everyone else does.
Yeah, Kanu has her face. It's Kanu, right? Yeah.
Kanu?
So we can go heal, Casa.
Yeah. Well, Liko's gonna take a moment to like find Kanu and give her a really big hug. Man, she hasn't seen her in a while.
Kanu's
Oh,
weeping
chills.
as she's just holding Liko and saying, "Oh, my daughter. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's good to have you back.
I missed you.
Missed you. I missed you too. I didn't ever say it enough. I love you. I miss you, my daughter."
And then Liko kind of like she's still holding on to her, but they're just like they're just a little bit apart so they can look at each other. And then she kind of like squeezes her shoulders just a little bit in that kind of comforting way, and then she makes her way to Ren. And Ren, are you still on the ground?
I am.
What's going on?
I'm very
Okay.
much on the ground.
So Liko reaches out her hand to Ren so she can help him up, and then gives him a
I
really,
slowly
really
take
big,
it.
really big hug. And she
Cool.
says, "Thank you."
I just don't have words. So I think Ren just
That's fine with Liko.
Ren just kind of nods. Like you can feel the nodding. Maybe there's like a
Yeah.
chin bump on your shoulder.
So, what happened?
So yeah, so Liko parts from Ren and tries to gets the RBF back.
It's a nice family-friendly acronym. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she says, "Well, I'll let Ren tell you." And then she goes off to hug Rue.
He's not talking. Ren?
He's really not. Ren, you okay, bud?
Rozik starts poking him with his toes. Ren?
No, don't do that.
No.
Toes.
Well, I'm
Right,
no
you're-
longer laying down. You don't have to
Yeah.
poke
Right,
me with your
yeah.
toes.
he's playing footsie with
No,
you
he
standing up.
like, kicks his foot up and then just starts poking him in the face with his toes while he's standing up.
Ren
No,
just
no.
kind of like, you can tell it takes a bit of effort to like even muster like I don't make full eye contact, but I kind of bring it up to just beneath eye level, and I smile a little bit at the corner of my mouth, and Ren just says, "It went well. Can I tell you tomorrow?"
Fine.
Sure, yeah, that worked. We should probably get to Casa.
I think we could take a nap first.
You think so? Isn't she
I don't think
Isn't she like
Ren
dying
is
or
going
something?
very far.
I mean, I
Yeah,
could be
but not, like,
carried,
well-
tomorrow.
I mean, I don't know. I am worried about that kid.
Yeah, so am I. I'm just saying.
We could.
You almost got your leg gnawed off, and we just found another old person to carry around the swamp, alright? Let's just... Take it
Although
slow,
Rose
if you can.
looks up and he's like, "This is pretty clear now. Maybe like Liko, Rue, and Kanu go back on Rue, and we can just snap here."
Well, that doesn't work, because Liko needs to check out her...
Well,
But we're here so that she can go find... So why don't we take... Why doesn't
Can't Rue
Rue just take Kanu?
can Rue even fly back? Because I
Not
thought
out
like
of
it
it.
was
yeah, how's the canopy?
There's a clearing above
yeah,
us.
but can she fly back to the town? Okay.
Yeah, because
Rue
the
knows the
town
way?
is
All
outside.
right.
She can take Kanu straight to the village and go save Casa.
Yeah. What?
But then we're Rue-less.
and then Rue can just fly back. Will you be able? Rozak looks to Liko and says, he goes to Liko, I guess. Did Liko leave?
No,
Huh?
To go back
No.
to
you didn't
Kanu?
like go away.
Oh, okay.
Away. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Rozak goes to Liko and says, "Would you be able to, I guess, instruct Rue to drop Kanu off at the village and then come back? Or is that too complicated for Rue?"
I mean, Liko does ask.
I feel like Rue's pretty smart.
Yeah.
Huh?
He just said, "Sure, yeah." He says,
I think
No,
Okay.
you're hearing
He says,
things, Danny.
Someone
Dragon
needs to-
otters can't talk.
No, Rue says, "I bet."
I just feel better if someone went with her to make sure that she was okay with Kanu and make sure that Kanu sees the right person. I mean, I doubt that it's gonna be the wrong
says
person. But still.
weakly, like, I'll go.
You can barely stand, bud. I'll just ride it. Ride Rue out. Ride Rue back as quick as I can. I got
Sure.
it.
Ren nods.
Yeah.
Ren concedes.
You're gonna be fine.
All right.
Yeah, you're the better. I'll be on the dragon.
Well,
otter.
Okay, you're right.
I'll
Well,
be
let me-
fine.
Don't make any stops.
Let me
Don't
ask
get distracted
Kanu
by
first
anything.
if she's okay with this. We're not going to just.
Oh yeah,
we're
that's
not
a
gonna
good point. We can't just abduct her.
We're not going to throw her on Rue and say bye. Okay.
All right, time to leave.
So Liko goes up to Kanu and asks, "Would you be okay with going on Rue and helping out my friend?"
When did you get this magnificent dragon order?
It's pretty sweet, right?
She saved me.
I have a feeling you saved her too. Where am I going? What do you need of me?
There's a young girl who's really badly injured, and we need you to heal her from within.
Yes, no, of course. If someone's in trouble, of course I'll go, but when I get back, we should talk about the healing. I'm sorry you had to see that. I didn't want you to know.
It's okay. Yeah, when you come back.
All right.
Her name is
She-
Kasa. She's staying in the Blind Unagi.
Thank you. I'll go.
Yeah, I'll show her. Don't worry, man. I will be your guide this evening, madam. Please
Please,
enter the otter
please-
from the right.
please, let's not talk the rest of the time.
I don't know if I can go that long.
She
I think
sort
now
of-
you know
Rose-
where I get it from.
She
Rose-
steals a
Rose-
glance at Liko and is like,
Sorry. Yes.
gets on
Rosa-
the dragon otter.
Rosa
with
gives Shay
Che.
a sack, like just in case you can't help yourself. Just put this on.
Kanu gets on the dragon otter with Che, and the three of you see them fly up into the air and off towards Wanya village. And that is where this episode ends. Except let's just do like a fun little Halloween end of credits scene.
Sure.
It cuts to black, and it comes back up the camera on this, like, it looks like it's under a tree. There's just vines and dirt everywhere. And you don't see anything. The camera starts panning down this trail under this giant tree, and we come onto a metal war fan, and we hear as a giant centipede comes into view, looks at the metal war fan, and the camera cuts to black.
Justin, you could not give us this one. Oh man,
Thank
it's good
you
though.
so much
It's
for
good.
listening to our Halloween episode of the Flying Bison podcast. I hope I gave you adequate Avatar nightmares.
Were you spooked, listeners?
I hope you were
you
spooked.
spooked?
I hope they were. I was
I thought
so
that was
scared.
I'm a horror fan.
I wasn't even in the scene. I was just like,
If you
Oh,
if you
holding
could just
my
see
breath.
Nick and I, we were both just like,
Well, if you
I was like sinking in my
If you like
like,
this, give us a rating or review wherever you listen to podcasts. It's the best way for us to get in front of other people. We're having a ton of fun playing, and we'd love to hear your feedback and your thoughts. I did hear, too, that if you give us a 5-star review, all of us, including Johnny, you can pick our Halloween costumes. All of
I
us.
do
You
need
gotta
help
tell
with
us
that.
what
I
to
actually do
be
need
for
help with
Halloween.
You got to pay for it though.
Yeah, but you got to give us a review. So we'll look for that, and we will see you next week. Thanks so much for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Avatar Legends was developed and produced by Magpie Games. The worlds of Avatar The Last Airbender and Avatar The Legend of Korra are property of Viacom CBS. Intro music is Dizu by Sendai. Outro music is Tokyo Funk by LATG Music. Logo and art by Kate and Matthew Menke. You can find more of their work at pomakin.com, linked in the show notes.